Hey everyone, we are welcome to our Harmony 311 S5 meeting. Today we have here, I'm Renee Sullivan, we have Jerry Long, and we have Aslak. I don't know how to pronounce your last name, so I'm not going to try. Oh, and we have Kurt, who just arrived. How do you pronounce your last name?
Kvåle or Kvåle.
Okay, yeah, I'm not going to try to do that, okay? I hope you don't mind, but I'm just not. So we're here, we're going to talk about social media and how that can, expand your business, what people are doing for social media, why you should, and a few how-tos if people want that and need that. So I think I did, yes, I did press record, so we are recording now. So I will just get into it and kind of ask the question. And before I actually say that, I know this is a holiday weekend in the United States, so I'm not sure who's actually going to show up. Most of our main people that are on cannot be here today, but that's okay. We still move on. But anyways, I'm just going to start with a question and see who wants to answer first. But as far as social media, what are you actually using and what do you consider social media? We'll start with that. So Jerry, do you want to go first? Since you were on first, I'm going to let you have the floor first.
Okay, well, I guess I'm just using Facebook, just starting to get into Instagram. I haven't done anything here in the last few days or last few weeks. We've had, I've had foot surgery, $20,000 worth of damage, water damage to my house, and my mother passing away. So
yeah,
everything's kind of gotten on hold here for the last 2 weeks. Has been like a roller coaster here.
So basically Facebook and Instagram,
right.
And like I know you do a few YouTube videos. You've made some videos before.
Yeah, I've had, let's see, I'll take a look and see how many have looked at my latest one here. I've been photographing and doing videos of musicians that are happens to be friends of mine, or
yeah.
And yeah, my one about my experience photographing the Beatles in 1964 to photographing a group called the Fab Four, which is the Beatles tribute band, has now got 7,217 views.
Excellent. And I know with YouTube, one of the things that you can do is if you have at least 5,000 views to, even if it's just one of your videos, you can actually have a Google ad account and you can actually monetize,
I'm planning on doing that soon.
Yes.
I'm actually working on a new website for my photography that's going to be phenomenal. I started it and then my mother got really ill,
yeah.
and kind of had to put that on hold for a little bit, but as you probably noticed, my room in here looks a little different because my desk that I'm using where my computer setting is going to be on the other side of the room here pretty soon, and I'm going to have some new tables to hold my computer and some other things and give me more space that's usable and more organized here. So
excellent.
that's big projects here. Lots of stuff, a lot of time-consuming stuff here. So
I get it. I understand. So okay. So Aslak, I'm going to let you go next since you were on next. I'm going to try to go in order and give everybody a chance to talk, and then I'll run my mouth a little bit. I think maybe we shall see. I'm trying not to like overtake a conversation. So Aslak, go ahead.
Well, I use Facebook a little bit, not much. I'm not so into Facebook.
Okay.
I try to build Twitter because Twitter have a lot of options, and you have a software you can use to put in direct welcome message to followers, send message to them, and all that kind of stuff. Instagram, I have an Instagram account, but I must say I haven't been using it. And YouTube, of course, I try to post YouTube videos several times per week. So YouTube and Twitter is maybe the biggest
Okay.
media I use.
So, I mean, I mean, basically what I do with Twitter, and I definitely have a question for you because I have it basically connected to my Facebook and I have it connected to YouTube. I don't post anything on Twitter. It's just connected. So anything I do in Facebook or like on YouTube goes to Twitter, and that's what I have for Twitter. How do you use Twitter as like one of your more main, well, beside from, you know, YouTube, but as one of your more prominent social media?
I have set up, like you probably have, automation. So when I post a public video on YouTube, it will be sent to Twitter. But I also post kind of quotes, motivation quotes, and just have the hashtags. Nothing, no links or anything, just the hashtags, because when you have the hashtags in the post, more people will see the post you made.
Yes.
So it's mainly much about collecting followers, actually.
Right. And Twitter especially, absolutely. Now, do you have people who respond or like to any of your tweets, and how do you have that? I guess that's one of my questions, because I don't necessarily always realize it, but even though I don't really work Twitter very much, I have people who sometimes respond to my Twitter messages, and then I have to, like, I might not see it for a while because I'm not on Twitter a lot, and I basically reply to them. Does that happen with you?
Yes, mostly you get a Twitter message, the direct message. I get email about some of them, not all. So
Okay.
if I get an email that 2 people have responded to one of my messages, if I log into Twitter, I have maybe 10 more. But many of them are not a direct response or conversation invitation to me.
Okay.
They just put in some learn to get more followers, and they send their own links instead.
Yes.
So it's a big mess there. You have to sort out the useful people through all that crowd who just spam you with their own links. So
Yeah.
it is a kind of a little war. You have to spam and not spam, but throw the links to them and try to write a good message so who maybe can engage someone.
Right. And I know with Twitter you're limited in what you actually, how many characters. At least with Facebook, you're not. With LinkedIn you can write a lot, but there is a cutoff. I'm not exactly sure what that cutoff is in LinkedIn, but yeah, you are somewhat limited with what you can say and reply to. But the nice thing about having it connected to like YouTube or with Facebook is that they could actually click on the link that's actually Facebook, and they can get the whole message if they actually go through the trouble to actually click that whole, you know, thing. So good. Well, thank you. Ron, I know you don't really like to speak very much, but
I'm sorry.
But that's okay. We're talking about social media, and basically my first question I wanted to ask people is like, what social media are you using, if you're using any, and you know, how are you actually working it? And I know you're really just starting out, but like what do you consider social media?
Facebook probably.
Okay.
But I have been trying to do some videos to put up, and I got a short one done today, but I haven't figured out how to get it up to YouTube.
Well, you know, we could have I could do a tutorial on how to upload it.
I think you did one, didn't
or
you?
if we have time at the end. We are today, just so you know, we are today limited to 40 minutes. Although I don't think it's going to really take that long today.
Okay.
Just because I have the free version. No, I have not upgraded my Zoom. So I have the free version of Zoom. So, you know, so if we don't have time today to kind of go through that, we could, you know, one of us, I think most of us know how to do that, and we either have a video about it or we can go through and help you to do that. But yeah.
Well, I do have a question about that, though.
Absolutely. Go ahead.
I have I bought a Logitech webcam, and in the software, it's got load up to Facebook but I don't know what account to put it to. So,
You mean like your
my YouTube account.
Um,
I've been trying to figure out what my password and everything is for, but it goes right to my email account,
okay.
Gmail account, and then it's on the Gmail account.
Okay.
So I guess it would be that password.
That would be, yeah, whatever. Like you would have had to like
account.
whatever account you did, that's how you would have to set it up. And if you have to create an account to do it something that you're going to remember, and always write down your usernames and passwords for everything, and not just in your computer. Have it in a safe spot written down.
Yeah, I have them all written down, and I use RoboForm a lot, and I have them all printed out.
Good. I mean, the reason why I say that, because I have made the mistake of forgetting that kind of information.
Well, that's one of my problems. I had a heart attack in '09, and I have very short memory now, and I can't remember things.
Well, at least you know to do
faces and everything. So.
At least you know to do things like that to help you out. Very good. I actually have seen you on FutureNet as well, and that was another thing that I was going to talk about.
I'm on there a lot. Yes.
Okay. Because that's another social media platform.
I haven't figured it out yet.
Well, you know what? I really haven't either. Because I actually
there's no descriptions anywhere. So.
Yeah, I had an account a long time ago and went away for a really long time, and then just recently, in the past month or so, have gotten back into FutureNet. So I'm figuring it out myself as we speak as well. But that's really another social media platform.
Rob keeps saying he's going to do a bunch of instructions on that, but I haven't seen them yet. So.
Yeah, there are videos out there.
Oh, I know.
It's more of getting in there and just playing around and just seeing what's there. I mean, I literally just finished a one-day even promotion in Facebook, or not in FutureNet, just to try it out, just to see how it works. And it is a lot simpler, in my opinion, than doing a Facebook ad, and which I don't really want to get into ads today, but it is another social media platform, and it has other things in addition to that, but it's definitely something you could do for social media. Okay, so do you have any other questions at all about social media?
No, not really. I don't want to take up any of your time.
Well, no. Well, that's why we're here. I'm asking because that's what this is about.
I know.
But one of the things I wanted to do is kind of share a bit about social media and why you would want to have some kind of presence, and you don't have to have presence in all of them, because there's way too many for people to handle. But you definitely want to have some kind. If you're an online marketer, if you're going to do anything online, you should at least have a presence, or start to build a presence in at least one.
Right.
And eventually to two. And especially when you're rather new, you don't want to have too many because it gets overwhelming. But what I say to most people who are just starting out is, Facebook is probably the one people choose the most, although you are an exception. But, if you're going to choose two, I would say let Facebook be one of them, just because that's where a lot of people are. And it's probably one of the more easier ones, in my opinion, although Aslak, you might disagree, to actually start to learn and engage with people. Facebook is all about engagement. And the reason why you want to learn how to do that is, if you're going to do, let's say, email marketing, and you're going to have that, as part of your platform, you're going to have your business, you're going to have your marketing system, and you're going to send traffic to it. The reason why you would want to add that social media aspect is, whether it's YouTube or Facebook. And I would say the two main things that you should, if you're going to choose two, let it be Facebook and YouTube. Those are my two, the ones that I would say. But the reason being is that when people get your emails and they see you as someone, okay, you know, I can relate to this person. If you're making a video and starting to track progress and tell why you're doing what you're doing and telling your story, like I did, you know, one part of my story today in a very long Facebook post, okay? People are going to see you as more real. Oh, okay, I can relate to that person. You know, if you're just an email, that's hard to, and it takes longer for that person to build that trust and get to know who you are if you're somehow not connecting to social media. Now, when you're first starting, you don't necessarily have any ideas how to do that. So my suggestion is just to decide to get started with one of them and then just start learning. And there's videos all over about how to set up a Facebook, you know, personal page. There's videos about setting up a Facebook fan page. If you're just starting out, my recommendation is to just do a personal to start with, and then, you know, get into the fan page. But there's a lot of reasons why you would want to do that. And what I'm going to start to do, actually, if you guys don't, and, well, you are all guys, I'm the only female today. If you want me to share my screen, what I'm going to do is kind of share a little bit about Facebook, because it tends to be like one of the biggest things out there, and why you want to post. I actually need to sign into Facebook, actually. And, you know, trust me, I am not the Facebook guru by any stretch of imagination. There's a lot of other people who do a really great job with like Facebook marketing and social media marketing and stuff. But what I will do is I will share the good things to do in Facebook are to tell your story. Okay, a lot of people don't when they're starting, they don't necessarily understand that there's more to Facebook than just spamming your business. Okay, you know, a lot of new people, you know, they're into, you know, what their company is, and they want to talk about, you know, this is so great, and then, you know, my company does this and that kind of thing. It doesn't do a lot to brand yourself, and it doesn't do as much as if you go through, and me, I just kind of told my little health story. Okay, and, you know, I did it a little bit, a couple hours ago. And people just started, I actually got some Facebook messages from people saying, wow, you know, tell me more about, you know, your story and that kind of thing. But the more you post out there that talk about a journey that you're going through, or, you know, why you're doing what you're doing, and, you know, a transition possibly in your life, the more someone's going to see that story and say, wow, I'm going through something similar too. Wow, that's inspiring. You know, there's a lot of people who have things going on in their lives, and they're looking for someone to connect with. Okay, if you want to be that person that they're going to connect with, you want to have some kind of presence online, and it takes a while to actually get that and get some following. When I started Facebook, I started as a personal account. I wasn't even an online marketer. Okay, I didn't have much of a following, or I had a following of like friends and things like that, but I didn't do anything as far as business until, you know, probably 2014, you know, 2013. You know, I would post every now and then when I was actually, you know, going through, whoops, I don't know what just happened. Oh, there we go. You know, when I was going through my health issues, I would, you know, say something in Facebook to family and friends about, you know, something I was doing health-wise. And I was a health coach for about 4 years, actually. You know, that this transition that I had with my health prompted me to learn more about health, and I actually was a health coach for quite a while. So I would I made like one YouTube video, and I would post every now and then, but I wasn't an online marketer then. But anyways, so when I started my journey in 2014 online, I started to build a following online. you know, and you want to be, oh, did you have a question, Ron? Or someone? I heard someone saying something. Okay, maybe not. Okay, sorry. I'm just imagining things. But basically you want to start telling a little bit about what you're doing, why you're doing it. And I'll actually go on, you know, let me see. Who do I want to pick on today? I'll go on Kevin's. Kevin is one of my friends. He might not like that I'm actually going to his page, but we'll just go. All right, so this is one of my friends, Kevin. He posts several times a day. I don't necessarily do that. I post when I'm inspired or when I have something to say, but he usually posts a tip of the day. That's very, very common for people to post, like a motivational post or some kind of tip. And his tip is, be yourself in a world that's constantly trying to make you something else is the greatest accomplishment. That's a great quote. People look at that and they'll see that and say, wow, that's a really good quote. I mean, he doesn't have engagement on. I don't know when he actually posted, about an hour ago. He's actually the owner of the company of the marketing system that I use, but he does a pretty good job of posting every single day, and I know a lot of what he does. He automates that. You could do that as well. You don't have to, but that's one thing you could do. I'll pick on Jennifer. She might or may not like that I'm looking at her Facebook wall. I'm just looking to see who's on, and go to, whoops, is it gonna let me go to her wall? There we go. So Jennifer, you know, is posting her opportunity, but she's also posting, you know, things that she's seen. She's connecting it to her Instagram. You could do that as well. But she also posts about, you know, I'm seeing in here, she's posting about an animal in her family. Looks like he's sick, or sharing a memory about an animal. What you want to do is actually post, you know, there's like an 80-20%, okay, rule. You want to post more about like what you're doing in your lifestyle and things like that, more than, you know, just posting about your business opportunity. You know, that's one of the things that, and you want to make sure, the other thing, in your profile, you want to make sure you have a picture of yourself, not a dog or a flower or a skull or anything like that, you know, just because people want to see you as a human being. Okay, they want to know, okay, because if you're going to post a flower or a cartoon character or a skull, that's very, you know, people don't relate necessarily to that, or the people who are going to relate to a skull might not necessarily be someone you want to be marketing with, okay, and reaching out as marketers, okay. And, you know, you want to have a cover page that, you know, mine happens to be a picture of myself, but you can have something motivational on here. You can have something that is going to be inspiring or tell a bit about yourself. Jerry, I'm going to pick on you.
Sure.
If you don't mind, I'm going to go to your Facebook page and see what you have on there. All right. Since you're on the call, you could actually defend yourself. Okay. All right. So Jerry has a nice picture of himself. I know you did that just recently within the past couple months. And you also have a background. Do you mind? I'll stop sharing, I'll stop talking. Do you mind talking about what your background is and why you have that?
Okay, my background picture is actually a photo of a place that it's been my dream to move to for a long time. It's in the outback of Australia. It's the town of Alice Springs. And, you know, I lived there and worked there for 16 months, 41 years ago. I love the people there. The weather is great. It doesn't snow in the wintertime, so no snow shoveling. It does get hot in the summertime, over 100, but the humidity is around 5%. And there's activities that constantly go on in this town that are amazing. And the scenery around there is kind of like a photographer's dream, and that's what I've done for 54 years. I've done photography for 54 years. And that's been my desire to go back there. And my mother, who just passed away, was one of the reasons we could not go back there. So now all I got to do is make me $1 million, and we'll be set. Buy a new house, new car, new furniture. I have most of the computer equipment I want, except maybe a new laptop and maybe another camera lens or two. But that's it. So I'm ready.
Yeah. So one of the things you could actually do is write a post about your cover and what that significance of that is. People would be really interested to find out why you have that cover. I mean, I honestly didn't know, and I don't know if you've actually ever posted it. You may have actually posted about
I think I did some time back, and I've also done some Facebook Lives shots here while I was in the gym, I guess, working out here and explaining why I wanted to get in better shape. So when I get there, I can do some things. I've had problems with my feet. I recently had surgery on my foot. I finally got rid of this humongous boot that I had to wear for about 2 months last Tuesday. So that's a relief. But, I had to get back to the gym today. My knees are kind of wobbly and weak here from not being able to do some of the exercise I did. So it felt pretty good to go back there today. I did a abbreviated session so I could be here on time. So.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that, and I'm glad you're here to share that. I mean, but the point I'm making is, if you had made a post about what that significance of that cover is, people are going to start to relate to that. There's other people who want to move to, some other place, and they have a dream place. That's part of your why. And the more you do, like Facebook Lives, that's another way of doing social media, and doing posts like that, someone's going to relate to that. I'm going to stop for a moment because Rodney is here. I'm not sure when Rodney joined, but Rodney, we're talking about social media. I don't know if you wanted to share some of your thoughts about social media. And again, I don't know how much you've heard and how long you're here. We have about 9 minutes left because I'm, a cheapskate. I guess I'll put it that way. And I have the free version of Zoom. So I don't know if you wanted to share a bit, Rodney, if you know how to. I know this is the first time you're on. Can you hear me, Rodney?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay,
Awesome.
Great. I've only been on for a few minutes.
Okay.
And everything. And yeah, what she was saying, Jerry, that's a good idea. Post anything about anything that you're doing. That's a great idea to get connections and get people interested in what you're doing. It's a weird situation when you're trying to do things on social media because a lot of people think what we do is a scam. So it's hard to get people to understand exactly what we're trying to do. But if you, like Renee said, if you take that and implement it into what you're doing with your regular life, and showing results is the key to everything. Renee's good at that. She shows her results, and that gets attention. And people look at you at what you're doing, and even though they may not understand, if they follow what you do and they see how you're adding that to what you do in your life, they'll finally catch on, and that builds relationships. And relationship is a key to anything that you want to do. When we connect with people, we have to build a relationship with them.
Yep. Good tips. And that relationship building is what is going to take, that email that you may have sent to that person. You sent, you bought traffic, if that's your strategy to buy traffic and do cold traffic, and you've sent them an email. If you have, connected to your Facebook account, or even your Instagram, or your YouTube, or your LinkedIn, whatever you use in social media, and you can relay that and build that trust, it makes you more human. You're not just typed words behind a computer screen, and that's the big point that a lot of people, when they're first starting out, don't get. They're like, why do I need to make a video? Why do I have to post on social media? I just want to buy traffic. And you can do that. Trust me. If you want to be the online marketer that you just set up your system, and you use a copy and paste system, and you don't want to make your own, that's fine. Just understand that it probably will take you longer to actually get a conversion. But if you're more, open to making that video on YouTube, or more open to making posts in social media, or even having a blog, or anything that's it just makes you more human. Or if you're open to saying, hey, call me, like I do, that it just makes you more real, and those fears of this is a scam or this is a scammer, start to dwindle away. You'll get more of those people who say, oh, okay, this person is online, this person has a presence, this person posts about their family, this person posts about having pizza, they do things that real humans do. So that just makes it more real, and makes that person want to connect with you. Thank you, Rodney, for that.
You're welcome.
So we have about 5 minutes left. I don't know if anyone has any other particular questions that we can address, or if there's something that you wanted us to discuss and maybe do a tutorial about, because that's what we're here for here in Harmony 311. We're here to help and serve whatever guidance that you need. And we're actually not here just for new people. We're actually here for other marketers who want to mastermind and connect. So if there's anything that you want to mastermind about, we can do that as well.
I have a quick question.
Sure.
When you showed your your Facebook page, was that your personal page?
That was my personal page.
That
Yes.
where all your family contacts you and everything?
Yeah. Yes.
Well, that's what I'm just.
Nope, that was my personal page.
Okay.
And the reason why I showed that is because I work a lot from my personal page, but I do have a fan page. It's
Well, I've
called
been
the same
listening.
thing.
Yeah, I've been listening a lot to the Max
Yeah.
series, and
Oh,
it
yes.
just goes over and over a lot of that stuff, and I get confused. So
Yeah. I have a Facebook fan page, and I post a lot of the similar things in my fan page.
right.
And the reason why I have a fan page is that, I just recently got into doing some training for Facebook ads, and I've had a fan page before that I just totally neglected. But if you're going to do Facebook ads, you really need to have a fan page, and you have to build that up. But a lot of what I share there comes, I also post to my personal page. I mean, my personal page, honestly, is more for my business
Right.
and less for my family and friends, because a lot of what I post has to do with my life and what I'm doing, and I'm an entrepreneur. So, that's what I talk about. Do I talk about my family a lot? Yes, absolutely. I talk about, going to, musical performances that my kids do and things like that. But again, that makes me more human, more relatable to people. But yeah, that was my personal page. As you go on and learn more about social media, and if you want to use Facebook, I would highly recommend getting a Facebook fan page, because one of the best ways to advertise your business is through Facebook, because you get a lot of information. You could actually target things very, very well in Facebook once you learn to master it. But, for someone just starting out, it's going to take some time to understand some psychology of posting before making a fan page. Okay, there's a lot. And the thing is, you're not necessarily, there's things out there on YouTube that show you about Facebook, but the way to actually learn it is just by getting in there and just doing it. Okay, that's the biggest message I can say, is whatever social media platform and there's so many, out there. There's things like IBO Toolbox that's geared toward independent owners, business owners. Whatever you choose, go in and learn it. Do it. Start posting in there. Start learning what it's about. Learn what the groups, Facebook groups are about. Learn what, a Facebook Live is about. And if you've never done one, watch other people's. The best way you can learn is by watching successful people who are doing it and do what they do. And, start posting things like, of course, your story, not, you can share their story, but that's how I did it. I learned basically by following people who I thought knew what they were doing, and I started doing similar things to that. Like copying that, and then I just got in my own groove, and that's what will happen as you start to use it more. All right.
Just less than a minute left now.
Okay, I know I saw that. So we're gonna wrap it up. I really appreciate you getting on. I know that this is a busy weekend for those of you in the United States, and I really didn't know who was actually gonna show up. So I appreciate you taking the time to actually be on here. Thank you, Jerry. Thank you, Ronald. Thank you, Rodney. Thank you, Aslak. And we will see you next week. I don't know what our agenda is. I posted it in the Harmony group. So if you're not in the Harmony group and you want to be, our agenda's in there and you can look to see what we're doing next week. Until then, I wish you a great day, great weekend, and we'll see you soon.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Appreciate it. Goodbye.